All right, guys. All right, what's going on? How are you this morning? Welcome to the caricature live stream. I'm so glad that you are here today. I'm glad that you're here today. Guess what? Because today is important, right? So I'm just going to make a little note. We're going to stay in today for today. That's our thing today. Okay, so we're going to stay in today. So today is going to be the day. We're going to talk about. You know what I was doing when I got here? What I was doing, what I'm doing is I'm looking at. Let me see here. I'm actually transferring some notes from one of my drawing pads to the other to make them more legible because for students, right? And so that's what I'm doing right now. So I'm kind of finishing up that, and I guess this could be like a little bit of a warm up too. So while I'm here, what I'm doing is I'm kind of practicing on different eyes, and I'm practicing and I'm doing the dead space of the eyes. So I'm just going to be going here and putting the rest of my drawings here. So again, just want to make them really nice and legible so that when we use them in class or whatever, I can give them like a little worksheet, or something like that to be able to work from. Okay, so this is our eyebrow. So if this is the eyebrow, okay, then this. Wow. So, okay. So the only time that would happen literally is if I had that football right here. So this is like a football type shape right here. I'm just drawing a little football like right here, and then underneath that football is like a football kick, like a football. What do they call that thing? A football, a punter thing. You know what I mean? The thing where you punt from. Yeah. Okay, hold on one sec, guys. Let me go ahead real quick and let's go here real quick. I need to go over here to TikTok real quick. Let's see here. I could go to. I'm not sure. How do I get to friends, profile? Here, am I live? No, that's not how it works. Hold on a sec, guys. I'm trying to figure out how I can find my live. Hold on. What does that mean? Nope, that's not it. What's this? Nope, that's not it. Live. Oh, okay. Okay, well, what if I'm already live? I'm trying to find out how do I already find out if I am. I know I am live on TikTok. I'm just trying to figure out. I'll tell you what, I know how to do it. Golly, to be human is to error, to really mess up, you need a computer. Okay, so I don't know how to find it, so I'm gonna go over here and look up TikTok on my computer. Because I have to log back in, of course. I forgot to log in earlier with this thing here. Okay, so this is my channel, and this is me live right here. Right there. Okay, and then I can take this and just put it over here. Maybe even make this a little bit smaller. I can't do it that way. Oh, okay. Okay, cool. All right, so I just wanted to make sure everything. How you guys doing there on TikTok? Welcome to the stream. Okay, so anyway, this is what we're doing. We're putting the little dead space over the eyes. So we're figuring out like what dead space is. I'm transferring my notes over to my main drawing pad here. And this is the one I primarily use for students here. So you'll see here I'll have my brow shape. I'll just label that B. and then a D shape, which I label that dead space, and then E shape, which would be your eye shape. Okay, so we're gonna just do a couple of those. So I did. This is also. I guess this is like a. This is just another football. So we'll just go ahead and do that. I'm like an old dinosaur. I like to still write things down a lot. Okay, so this is the football dead space. All right, now we're gonna go here to what is this? Dolphin heads. What does that mean? All right, let me see here. So we got this here, and this here. Let's say if this is the eyebrow here. Okay, then our dead space needs to come down here, here, and then we can just come down and down and over and over. We got some nice eyes right there. Okay, so let me see here. Now, what I'll do is add these eye shapes here. So we're about right here. So I can add those in. Yep. Okay. So let me see here. We'll go 1, 2. Okay, so my dead space is inside of here. Okay. And it has a little little back end on it. So this is really more like almost like a hockey puck if you look at it. It looks like if you look at not a hockey puck, but a driver, like if I took let me give you an example. If I flipped it upside down, I'm just gonna put a little arrow here, and then I'll flip it upside down so you can see what I'm talking about. If you've ever played golf before, maybe you had a driver, right? Like a golf club. So we'll put some little grass here in a little hole, right? That's where the ball's gonna go at, right? Maybe we'll put a ball on a tee over here, okay? And so this is the shape here. This is also the shape over here, okay? And then what I'm gonna do here, I want to, let me see here. Let me see. Okay, I want to take a pen here. Let me get let me get my markers out. We got some colors here. We got some highlighters, purple, pink, yellows, reds. I thought I had a bag with some highlighters. Oh, you know what? I do have some Posca colors. I don't really want to use my Poscas on this, but why not? All right, let's see here. So how's everybody doing today? Don't forget, guys, to share the live, man. Share the live if you guys are enjoying the live. Glad to have you here and supporting and participating. So let me see here. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to color in the dead space here with my marker. So you can see here, this is some dead space here. Sometimes it helps when you just color the space in. You know what I mean? So you can see here what I'm doing. This would be like another highlighter here, space, right? So this would obviously be the color of these little golf clubs over here. So I'll tell you what, we'll make our golf clubs a green color here, so you can see the shapes of them. Just color them in real deep, right? And so over here, what we can do is just do a little bit of practice on that, okay? And Let me see. Hey, what's going on, Mike? How are you? How are you? I didn't even see your chat your thing there. How you doing, Mike? What's going on, my friend? Yeah, I've been drawing for about 40. I'd say about 48 years, maybe 49, 48 years, something like that. I've been drawing for a minute. You know what I mean? Something I really just enjoy. And so, but over here, I just want to kind of show you how that plays out. So the importance of knowing this is that when we drawing an eye, we'll be like, okay, if this person has this type of eyebrow, right? We know that the dead space, right? We know that the dead, we just mirror whatever this is doing here, right? And then we'll just kind of come down off of this shape and go across. The shape in the middle, the dead space will automatically be formed. So we don't necessarily have to draw the dead space there. But if you're unsure of what to do, then I think a good way to do it might be if I take a if you take a pencil maybe and you draw your and you may sketch you some little P shapes like this, okay? And then I was in my 40s. Oh nah, yeah, I'm actually yeah. Oh, thank you, my friend. I appreciate you. I thought you were in your 40s. Oh man, thanks. All right. Well, at least it's now. Let me finish this idea up here. So once we put these shapes here, then we can just kind of put an eye on the bottom of it right here, and then put the eyebrow on the top, right? And you can see the dead space. You know what I'm saying? The relationship of the dead space, like if you were drawing the eye like this. So you can approach it either or way, but it's just simpler to just mirror the line on the bottom. So that one is, what do we call this? I guess we'll call it our tee off. We'll call it our golf club. We'll just call it a golf club. So we'll just write that down, golf club. Okay, so we got our golf club dead space. So what we're talking about, guys, is dead space in between the eye and the eye shape. I'm actually transferring some information from my from this book over to this book because I want it to be legible and readable. Hey, what's going on? So that when I'm teaching online, I don't have to I don't really have to stop a great deal to be able to do this. By the way, guys, this is to give you a little bit of information. I'm an art teacher, so I do offer online classes. If caricature is something that you feel that you'd want to get into, then you could always check this out. It's these are this is our website for our classes. So if you want to take a class, you can go to Rowserworld.com / classes. Okay, and I'll take care of you, right? Rowserworld.com / classes. And on there, you'll see a little map. And that map of class of for the month, basically, it's like a monthly map. And then you'll go on there and pick a day that's good for you. And then I meet you there, and then we talk about drawing. You know what I'm saying? We're going to draw. We're going to teach you how to become a caricature artist. Patreon is our fan support page. So if you want to support our our drawing school and ministry, you can support us through Patreon. Here you'll have some behind the scenes content, and then you'll also have some videos that go into a lot of my teaching methods in depth there, so you can check those out. I particularly recommend the the uh, the mini course tier, caricature mini course tier. On there, it's the middle tier. When you go there, it'll say caricature mini caricature courses or miniature caricature courses, and then basically it gives you a powerful amount of learning in a small amount of time. And I believe that's just a general way that things kind of are moving toward. Nobody wants to read a 60-page book to be able to, draw something. So I made up those mini courses for you. Also, guys, tips are appreciated if you do feel like you benefited from the stream. I know here on TikTok, guys, I'm not able to use all the bells and whistles because I'm not using the regular program that they have on your phone. But, if you want to, thank you so much. I appreciate tips and also the little incentives here that they have at the bottom. I thank you guys for being generous this morning. All right, so now we got our golf club. So which way are we going now? Okay, we did golfing, dolphin heads. I think that's pretty much about all of them. So we have our dead space. It's really not that much types of dead space. As I'm looking at these eyes over here, let me see, like this one. Let me see. Let me see if I can. Let me see what I could do with that one. All right, so the one that we got on the page right here, we might go. This might be. So this might be the dead space here. And I can generally just make another eye based off of the eye that's right there. Okay, so that's it. This is the eye shape. Okay. And then what we're going to do here, we're going to basically bring the eye shape around again. Okay. Then we bring the eye shape down here. And then we bring the eye shape around to here. Like so. And then we add the eyeball here. Okay. Just like so. Okay. Okay. So it does have a little bit of a perky. Now, I wonder if I could get away with drawing the football over that eye. You get what I'm saying? Hey, thank you, Gibby. I appreciate you. Thank you. Hey, Mike. Thank you, Mike. I appreciate you. How about that, man? I got another. Thank you, Mike. I appreciate you. Oh, and we do have memberships here on TikTok too. So I just started the membership thing here, maybe I'd say about 5 months ago or so. We got about 4 or 5 members, so maybe we can get a couple of members today here. That'd be cool too. And I'd like to do members only streams over here so we can get together as members, hang out together, talk drawing, have some coffee, right? Okay, which reminds me, excuse me, old man's drink of choice, right? Okay, so let's see here. Let me try another. Now this is I don't know. Let's see here. Let's see if I tried this right here. But let's do it where there's a oh, okay, so there's a football type shape here. Watch. And then it's an eye on top of it. And then there's another football shape here. And then the eye on top of it. And then from underneath it. So what I'm doing is this up here. But I'm bringing, he's drinking iced coffee. Yeah. And then look, then I can bring it down from here. You see the footballs? Then I bring the shapes down. Let me bring it over here. Okay. It almost looks like two little kids sitting there, right? Like two little dudes just sitting there talking to each other. Like this looks like their hair, their little face, and their little bodies. But that's not what I'm doing. My mind's always, yeah. So watch. Now we come here and here. And then you can see how the eye just kind of pops from up underneath that shape right there. You get what I'm saying? So this right here, this part would be, let's get 3 different colors here. So we have we got this part being the football. So we will just color that in. We got a little football shape here. Okay. And then we have our brow shape here. I guess this is like a little yellow. Maybe those 2 colors are too close together. Maybe I might want to add this color here. Let's make it nice and let's make it blue. Okay, again, we're just kind of transferring information today and talking about eyes. All right. Thank you so much again for coming out. My name is Harry, by the way. I've been drawing again for a little over almost 50 years of drawing. Uh, Started when I was a little kid, you know, and now I'm a grown man doing this, and I still love to do this, you know. It's definitely therapy. It's therapeutic benefits to doing something like this, right? And you definitely want to be a part of it. So you see here how this eye looks like it's coming from underneath a shape, and then here you got these little footballs. I'll just make it into a little football for you, so you can see what I mean. Okay, you see how it looks like. Let me go down a little bit. I don't know if you guys can see that very well. So let's do this here. Okay, there we go. All right. Yes, yes, most definitely. It's just something about while I'm doing this, whenever I draw a feature, I think that's to help my 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 growth so much. Is because when I draw something, I'm not just drawing it. I'm trying to figure out how it's put together, or I'm trying to find some way in my head to understand the movement my pen needs to make. You know what I mean? I study everything like that, though. I wish I would have had more. I'm gonna tell you, if I could go back and be a youngster again, you know what I would do? I wish that I could go. You know what I wish I could do? I wish I could go back to school again. Something about learning now is completely different to me. Like I wouldn't even pay none of my no friends. I wouldn't even talk to nobody else in the classroom. I'd be so focused on the teacher. I want to learn. You know what I'm saying now? But now it's like it's different. I don't have those. When I was a kid, I had all these distractions. Seemed like I wanted a girlfriend. I wanted to be cool. I wanted to be accept. All these ideas was going around in my head. You know what I'm saying? And I was just like, but now I find myself when I study, I'm so like, I don't know. I found out as you get older, there's only two types of people in the world. You know, and I truly believe this. It's not, no, it's not tall and short people. It's not color people or what color and all that. It's all about what you know and what you don't know. That's all it is. It's really this. And the people that don't know, they make up an excuse for why they're behind. They'll make up barrier that they, and then they'll make the barrier sound like something they can't get past. You get what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? Like, for instance, I can't change like the color of my skin. You get what I'm saying? I can say that I can't change it. I can't change the color of this pen. I can't make a straight line because my pen has a crooked tip on it, and the manufacturer made this pen a different way. You get what I'm saying? So you start, and now obviously, if the manufacturer made the pen, it's not in your control to be able to change it. Yeah, you get what I'm saying, Trend. No pun intended. But we sometimes we'll sabotage ourselves to make up a situation we can't get out of. So now let me see here. What's the next part I want to go? So this is the eyes part. I'll tell you what. I think I transferred. I'm gonna leave one or two pages here. Wait, one. I'm gonna skip pages one, two, three. I want to leave how many pages, and then we got four here. Okay. So let me just put a little sticky note here. And this is the dead space here. So let me just do that real quick. Then we'll get into some face drawing and all that too. While I know you guys want to draw some faces, right? Let me see. So we got dead rules of eyes. Okay, and then we'll also put dead space here, right? Then I come over here, stick this. I should have made it upside. Ah, that's crap. I'm gonna do it again. I should have did it upside down. Let me see. Rule, what, eyes. Let's just put eyes and rules. Okay. And then we'll just stick it like that. Okay. I like to put them like that. Hey, thank you, Mike. I appreciate you. Yeah, man. This is I don't know. This is you get into life, and this reoccurring thought that I've been having the last couple of days. It's, man, I'm gonna tell you, this is nothing like I thought it was gonna be. You know what I mean? When you're a kid, you got this, the whole world's ahead of me attitude. And then at my age, you got, wait a minute, my life, you got this, you have a different mentality. My life's statistically halfway over, at least over half. Like I'm in the third quarter somewhere. You know what I'm saying? And you get what I'm saying? And I'm down by 30. And so and I got a lot of and you feel almost, so your perspective of everything changes. You know what I mean? That's why, here, let me go into what I'm gonna do next. Let me see here. Let me see here. I got squinty eyes. I'm not gonna translate that. Real nose, cartoon nose, chin associations, thinking shapes, not features. Okay. I think I'll transfer this guy over here. Let me get my pen out. Where are you, buddy? Okay. And we said we're gonna leave 3 sheets of paper. 1, 2, and 3. Yeah, Mike. You got the whole world ahead of you. Right now, you just like a horse. It's just a old horse. It just took off out the bam. They hit that gun. You just, and you booking it. Your head's in the air, back like this. Your tongue is sticking out, and you just full of life. Yeah. What's up, Trent? So, man, that's what's up, man. I got some good. We had some good conversation going on here. Thanks a lot for your feedback there, Trent. It's cool, man. All right. So let me see here. This ain't the pen I'm looking for, actually. Where is it? Here we go. So we're gonna think in shapes, not features. So how I'm gonna put this here. Thinking in shapes. So I'm just drawing. Okay. So this is going to be, now. This is something I'm gonna tell you that really improved my drawing. Okay. Um, and improve my life. um, I started paying attention, and let's go over here. And this is the part we're gonna work on. Let's just look up some basic shapes. Okay, and I guess we can maybe go here. Maybe we can I guess maybe I could make this bigger. Let me see. Save and open here. Okay. All right. So when I started thinking or seeing the world like in shapes, you might think there's a couple of interesting rules about shapes. And you might not think this, but it's a real thing. First of all, shapes invoke emotion. Okay. All right. When you see a circle, for instance, right? You start thinking about like babies or like, you know what I'm saying? So let's just put here first thing, thinking shapes, right? Let's put the shapes here. But I also want to do this, I'm gonna draw a little brain here. Draw my little brain. Okay, and my brain here is he's very he's very tired. We can make his feet go this way on this one. Okay, and then we got his little hands here because he's tired. This hand is on his head. Okay, and he's got bags underneath his eyes, right? Because he's tired. Okay, and we're going to label him a tired brain. I didn't forget about my thought. Just give me a minute. Okay, and then we're going to say, uh, 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 thinking about drawing too analytically, analytic, analyt, and a wait a minute, analytical, and wait, and I just froze up. Analyze, analytical, any, and how do you spell that? What? Why am I breaking analytic? Am I breaking that? What am I saying? I should have said too confusingly, but now I already started the word, so I got to find the word analytical. I'm pretty sure it's A N L Y A T ANALYT. That's it. YT ANALYT. I did spell it right. Okay, cool. Okay, okay. Don't ANYTICALLEY analytically will make your brain tired, and so will using big words. You're right. Okay, will make your brain tired. So, comma, you're going to use shapes instead. So this is one of the things I stand by. Now, shapes invoke emotion to me, and I was saying this earlier. When you think about shapes, if you think of a circle, you tend to think of things that are like babies, or think about it. Some things that are, when you see circle, you think of a little baby, right? Or anything that's circle feels like completeness, right? Or but it feels soft. It feels friendly, right? That's why when you draw characters, right? If I draw a character, and even if I take my square shape, but I add circles or circleness to it, it softens the shape and it makes it less uh, impactful, if that's the word I'm looking for. Okay, so it tones it down. So how I change between features in my caricature is, I think, do I want more of an edgy character like this, or do I want more of a whimsical character? So I might be drawing, let's just say, two brothers together, little brothers, right? Well, then they little kids, so I might draw something like this. But if I'm drawing two guys, that's the two friends, and they're like, "Hey, man, draw us a cartoon together." Well, I change the style of the cartoon up. Everybody doesn't get to look the same. Now I'm thinking in my mind, if I'm with my friend and I get a caricature drawing, all right, especially with my homeboy, right? How do I want that caricature to look? Well, I want it to look like, still, I want it to be a little bit tougher looking, you know what I'm saying? But still funny. But I don't want to look like a little kid either. You get what I'm saying? So I wouldn't use shapes like these. I use shapes like these. So that's the big difference. Or if you look at, let's just say, if we got any, I know I'm going to assume that we have some young men here, right? Maybe you're. I'll prove to you what I'm talking about is absolutely okay. If you think about like this, when you are you looking at shapes all day long, right? And those shapes invoke emotion sometimes, don't they? You get what I'm saying? Or when a situation is not shaping up like you want it to shape up, right? It's not because it's not shaping up the way you want. Then you get emotional. You get what I'm saying? So that's what this all means. So we're gonna go. We're gonna learn how to think in shapes. Okay, by creating some things. So thinking in shapes. Okay. Let me show you a powerful. Let me show you some powerful methods here. Let me draw some more shapes here. I got this one. Let's see here. I like to draw these. This shape here is a good one. Okay. Maybe you might have some ovals here. And maybe we might have a diamond. And then we have some hearts over here. Okay. All right. Okay, so check this out. If I want to draw, let's just say a okay, let's go down here, and we're just gonna I'm gonna put some examples here. Examples. Y'all like my font? Okay. Can't help it, man. The teacher and me just won't turn off, I guess, huh? Okay, examples. So an example might be this shape right here. Okay. Well, what we're going to do with this is I'm going to think in shapes. So, what can I do with this shape, right, to make something out of it? Okay, that has something to do with caricature. All right, so let's just, well, all right, or whatever. Okay, if I move this shape over here, right, and then I add, what if I add this to it? Okay, or what if I did this? Okay, now I have a mouth shape. If you think about a mouth, though, you won't get to this point because you're thinking too analytically. So this shape right here is called, I believe it's called a, what is that shape called? That's called a trapeze. Okay, but if you don't know it as a trapeze, we can call it a cup. We can call it, what else can we call that? We can call it, I don't know. What else does it look like? It looks like a, what else do they look like? It look like a triangle with the tip cut off of it. I'm trying to think what other shape that look like. It looks like a speaker, like a speaker. You know what I mean? A cup, a trapeze, a cup, a speaker, right? Whatever you want to call it, this is going to help your mind, right? This is the connect. The reason that you can't draw stuff, right? Talk to you, right? A bowl, right? Exactly. And then what you do is you just kind of you can color these parts in over here. You know what I'm saying? And now you have a mouth shape, right? Okay. What else can I do with that shape? Well, if I go over here, okay, I can say I can have a face, right? A round face, okay, with a head, right, and some ears on it here. I could use this shape now to also create more expressive mouths. So because I'm starting from here, what I want to do is be able to bend this shape and do all kinds of things with it. So what if I was able to, and then I'm just gonna kind of make a little branch here. I'm gonna give you another figment of my imagination for this same shape. Let's move up some here. Okay. And we're gonna do this. Okay, so this is, if I do this, it'll be the top, the sides, and the bottom. Okay, so it kind of bends. You get what I'm saying? So when I put this here, okay, now I can go the top, right, the sides, right, the bottom. Get what I'm saying? So this translates to this. This translates to this. Okay. What other shape do we have here? What else can we do to help us to be able to, let me go ahead and just color this part right here so it's not confusing what I did here. I'm going from here to here. Okay, just like that right there. Okay, now let me see here. So remember, this is the shape. This is the shape. This is the shape. You get what I'm saying? So you got all of these shapes here basically being the same thing. Okay. All right. So let's go with another example. So let's go with we can just do like this here. Right? Something like that. Okay. All right. So let me see here. What if I go? Let me see. With a, I got another shape for you. Here we go. Okay. So this shape would be this shape here. We'll go with a. I'm gonna go with a. Let me see. Hmm. Let's go with this shape here. Hmm. Okay. So this shape here. Yes, I am. I'm self-taught. Just a lot of. Let me see. That would be this shape here. The hexagon. Right. It has one, two, three, four, five. So it has six sides. So let's let our brains run wild. So this is my first option here. I see this being a, watch this, a head shape. Okay, watch this. Okay, so we have a little head shape with the same shape from last time. Okay, so now I can see a little head shape right here, or maybe what else could that be? What if I had a head, and what if I drew two eyes here? Okay, and what if I took this shape and I drew half of it? Well, or I drew it where one half of it, if I when I draw a line through it, is colored in. Well, now it looks like a nose shape. So I like to use shapes to fill in for noses. Right? So this could be a head shape. Excuse me. Head shape. And then it could also be a nose. All right. I don't know what else. Let me see. Can anybody else think about what that might be? Does anybody have an idea about that? And while you are thinking about that, let me give you guys a little bit of information here. I am a professional caricaturist in real life. I literally draw caricatures for a living. But I do teach, and I earn a living through that as well. So basically, using art as my profession, I do teach these on classes online. So if you guys ever want to take a class with me, you can go to Rowserworld.com /classes, and I'll take care of you. Okay. Just go to our calendar, pick a date that you like, and then we'll set that date up, and then I'll meet you on Zoom, and then we'll do some artwork. Okay. All right. The next thing here is our Patreon page. If you'd like to support our families, drawing classes, school that we have, where we provide affordable learning for students that can't afford a whole bunch of money to be going to school with to learn how to do this. We provide that for them through the videos here, obviously on our channel, and then those are obviously free to watch. But then we also offer the classes, and then we do our ministry, different things that encouragement and ministry, that type of stuff. So this is just giving you an overview of what you would be sewing into if you decided that you wanted to support us on Patreon. So thank you very much for going over and signing up and joining one of the tiers there. Thank you so much for checking that out. And then finally, tips. Tips are awesome. If you feel like you have benefited or you are benefiting and you'd like to be generous today, then you can do so like this. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Okay? All right, guys, so let's dive back into our lesson. Okay? So, nobody said no. Okay. Oh, did you draw that picture on the poster? What poster? Oh, this one. Yeah, I drew these. Yeah, these are my little emotes. That's me as I'm Bob Ross, man. Yeah. That if you didn't know, that's me in disguise. What gave it away, right? All right, let's see. All right, so these could be things that this is translated into. Maybe we can think of. We can also skew the shape. So what else can I make out of it? It doesn't have to be a red. It could be a. It could be. I took the top of the shape, the first three sides, and then maybe I made the bottom three sides a little bit bigger. Okay. So this would be like we'll just put length. Okay. So we're making the shape go up and down, or we made the shape longer. right? So obviously there would be an effect of that. What effect would that have on our cartoon? It's very simple. You can see how we can use the nose in so many different ways, right? Happy accidents, yes. Okay. So we have a hexagon here. All right. What other shape can we use here? Let's use a pentagon shape. Maybe we can go with this shape here. Okay. So let's go with let's put a line here. Okay. And then we're gonna go to the pentagon, which is going to be this shape here. Okay. Oh, Debbie, hey, how are you today? Welcome to the stream. What's up? How are you? All right, hold on a sec, guys. Let me boo 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 boo. Okay, so we got the hexagon here. Okay. Oh, pentagon. This is what gets you better. I don't care what no other teachers tell you. Not everybody's a good teacher. I've learned that in life. It doesn't. It's no shame in that. Everybody has a special. Every man is some man superior in some way. I believe Dwight D. Eisenhower said that. I think that's what he said. But I read that, and it's true. I mean, we're all better at something than somebody. Some people can draw really well; they just can't teach you how to draw. You get what I'm saying? And then some people can teach really well and can't draw at all. You know what I'm saying? It's weird. It's a very weird. They can't draw like that, but they know how to tell you things to make you better. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, um, anywho, this pentagon. We're gonna go over here. What is this shape good for? I don't know. Also, I could. What else could I make this into? Well, I could. Again, I could make my head shape here. Right. I could give this person a hairline. Let me see what their hairline looks like. Maybe their hairline looks. Maybe their hairline is like this. Maybe it's like this. This is the hairline, right? Get what I'm saying? So if that's their hairline, then I can be like, I can draw some hair, you know, on that shape. This right here would all be colored in, obviously, all right? And obviously, all of the hair would be colored in because this would be like you can't see the shape through the. Obviously, the shape's going to be covered up by the hair. Do you get what I'm saying? Okay. Hey, thank you. I appreciate you, Peluccio, Peluccio, Peluccio. Got you right. Okay. So now we got our shoulder shape here. Okay, and we can see here that the shape is kind of really nicely translated. Now we can go over here and let's try another one. Okay, what else can we do? What if we took this shape and turned it upside down? That's a head shape there too, isn't it? Let me see. Okay. And then what if I gave them a hairline like this? What if I gave them a low haircut like this? Then I could just put some little ears on it, right? And then I could, you know what I'm saying? That's a little head shape there, right? So we got another little head shape. Thank you, Sudsy Winda. I appreciate you. Thank you for giving me some roses. Thank you. Rosa. Awesome, guys. Thank you. Okay, don't forget, guys, tips are appreciated. And welcome to the stream. So glad to have you here. Okay, so we have head shapes here. What else do we have here? We have another, we can draw a head shape and we can make it a little bit bigger. Okay? And when we make it bigger, what can we do? What about, look at our nose shape. Check this out. So what if I took this same shape and used it inside of my shape here and colored the top of it in? Well, look now. We got us a little nose shape. You get what I'm saying? What if I took that same shape and I used it for the mouth? Now we got us a mouth shape. You know what I'm saying? So I can do. What if we took the same shape, right? Okay, and we did like this. Look at the shape behind. Look at this. Picture this being a shape behind this. Like if I turned it sideways, this I had to do it flat like, but this shape here, right? Hold on, is kind of behind this shape here. You get what I'm saying? So if you see something is behind something, this one, this shape here is behind this big shape here. You know? So this is like, again, you're playing with the shapes and you're seeing what they can do. See? Okay. So what happened? Okay, cool, awesome. Some comments in this live were filtered to protect the community's experience. Thank you very much, TikTok. I appreciate you. Because some people live just to do something just foul, right? Because think about it. Because TikTok just told me about it was some things were filtered, which I'm glad they do that. But just think about it. So a bunch of people are on a live stream just drawing stuff, right? And you just come on there and you say, you know what? Uh, uh, I think that drawing's ugly, right? Just think about what you got to be going on inside to do that. To have the time, like to stop. You're extra special. You're extra special. It's extra special to me. That just eludes me for some reason. I just can't. You know what I mean? That means I ain't got no time. That means my time is not valuable. Doesn't that mean that? I mean, if you really think about it. Now, if it's something that's going to affect me, now that's different. Hey, man, I don't like the way you made my food. I'm in a fast food drive-through. You know what I mean? But I don't. If you just stop just to tell somebody, that's just like going to the street and stop somebody and you say, you know what, your your glasses are ugly, and then just walk off, right? You know what I'm saying? Troller. You're a troller. You're a troller. Okay. All right. Let me see here. Dumb and Dumber. Okay, I'll get to you in just a second here. I got to get my phone out actually. Oh yeah, I could probably look it up from here. Let's see. You said you sent a picture. You did a picture of Dumb and Dumber, Sudsy Window. Let me check you out here. All right. Let me see. Let's go here. Okay, here it is. Ah, okay. I see it. That looks like Jim Carrey, and that looks like the other guy. Right? What his name was? We might even try to do something like that today. We'll try it. Dumb and Dumber, Lloyd and Harry. So, and my name is Harry. It's funny. But like, yeah, I was looking at this like some of the mouth shapes. Sometimes when we get into this is a good drawing, but sometimes we get into our shapes and we get confused. This is a good one. These are really good. Very nice. Very nice. All right. Thank you so much, Sudsy. I appreciate you sending that in. That's super awesome. I'm just checking over your line work. I like the way you did this here. Nice, nice shadows on it. And I like you didn't use too many lines on your teeth. I can't stand those teeth that look like that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So that was a pretty good one. You guys can see that picture pretty good, right? Okay. So now let me see here. So we did three scenarios here. I'll just keep it at three. We don't have to do a whole lot of them. Okay. So this is what we're going to do now. Let me see here. Let's get these shapes here kind of colored in as little like that. So these are all my little imaginations. You gotta kind of imagine, what can you build? What can you build with this shape? You know what I mean? So here we got the shape outline, and we're just doing this, and then we got the same shape back here, which I'm gonna go ahead and let me see. I guess I could use blue maybe. Go like this. Here, here, and here. Right? Okay, so you got the two shapes there, and then you got another one here. Okay, so pretty simple. And then that one is a red shape, so I guess we can make this one red here. So everywhere that shape is, I want you to be able to identify and see it. Let me ask you a question, guys. So I drew these drawings here. However, okay, what I want you to, what I'm curious about is this. Hold on. Okay, is that if you were looking at this as a diagram, could you follow what's going on here? Does this make sense? What I explained to you here. This just out of curiosity, guys. Just need a little positive feedback. Okay, then we got let me see. Dun, 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 dun. I need to get me a box of colored markers. I need some colored. Let me see. I need some Crayolas up in here. I don't know. I ain't got no Crayolas. You know what I mean? Do, 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 do. Okay. Okay. And again, we just want you to be able to follow along real well. That's the main idea. Um, so I hope you can. Examples. Then thinking in shapes. I like lots of color in my life. You gotta have your notes in full color. You know what I mean? You gotta have your notes in. Oh, okay. Let me see here. Excuse me, guys. I just. All right, hold on. Oh yeah, this is the actual picture itself. Oh, okay. I get what you mean. I'm gonna draw. We're gonna draw this together here. I got it. I'm gonna go ahead and actually. Let me see if I can save this, and then when I save it, what I'm gonna do. Actually, I could just go here and look that up. But let me see. I'll get it to you in a minute. All right. So this is definitely okay. All right. Now, what was the other? Let me see. Okay, so we went down the shape lane. Where were we? We were over here with basic shapes. So we're gonna go with we got chin associations, drawing chiseled faces. Okay, I can roll with that. Let's go ahead and transfer that over here. So this is for, what is this? One, did I leave the three pieces for eyes? I did. One, two, three. And this is going to be thinking in shapes. Where is, oh, what you got, good folks? Oh, here it is. Okay, so this is, let's see here. Let's just say thinking in shapes. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and stick this here. Okay, and then as always, we want to leave at least three because I might have some additional notes on that. So I'll just leave this one, two, and three pages here. And then I'll go to my next thing. So this is drawing chiseled faces. Do I have anything about faces on here yet? No, I got face DNA, but not that. Okay, so we're going to drawing chiseled faces. So I'll tell you what we'll do. Watch this. Let's just do this. Drawing chiseled faces. So we're going to draw some chiseled faces over here. I'm doing your thing. I have been doing a diary of shapes, noses, eyes, mouths, and so on. Yep, that's how you get good at this. You got to have you a little, you get you a little booklet like this one, and then on your drawing board, if you draw live, some things you just simply have to remind yourself every day. Like today, I wrote this and I put it in front of my keyboard right here in front of me. It's right when I look at the camera, I got to look at this. It says stay in today. Okay. And so, because this is something that I want to be reminded of, I make a little note of it and I put it where I have to look at that thing when I do go there. I do that with my bracelets. These bracelets that I have on my hand are not decorations. These bracelets here make me help me to make great decisions. Okay? And you're like, "What?" Yep, these bracelets right here make it impossible for me to make a bad decision when it comes to my safety, security, or anything of that nature, because this is, I got, these are my children. This is when they were born. This is the first three of them. They're the same ones on this one, but then I had one more, so I have four. We had to get a new one. So my daughters, Yadi and Cassidy, and then I have my sons, Ethan and Evan. Okay, Ethan and Evan are little fellas. Right now, I got little kids. You know what I mean? Like I'll let you meet them before the stream's over with. But my Ethan and Evan are 5 and 2, and Cassidy and Yadi are 30 and Cassidy will be 15. So I got my 15-year-old here and my two sons, and then my oldest daughters from when I was younger. You know what I mean? But still, that's my oldest baby. So I keep things around to make good decisions. So that's a good thing that you're doing. Oh, thank you, Sudsy. I appreciate you. Okay, yeah, and it's something that's coming. I come in and I see my sons drawing and playing the piano, different things that they see their dad doing. I never realized how important of a role model that I was. And the thing about being a role model, not just to my kids, but doing ministry, is that you have this sense of, you understand that you're always being watched. You have a saying that you're always being watched, and so I treat my children with dignity and respect at all times, because I want them to come visit me when I get super old. You know what I mean? Not just because I want them to be nice to me, but I want them to be a blessing to the people that they come in contact with in their life. Because God gave me these children, but I understand at my age why they were given to me. See, I could have had all my kids when I was young and all that, but for some reason, God saw fit for me to have, especially sons. Sons are a crown on a daughters and sons are first of all crowns, but a son to a man is a special thing, you know, and so it's kind of because of the way we can relate to each other. You know what I mean? And so it's different with my daughters and my sons. My sons, we could play football, we could, we could, what I mean, your daughters, she ain't into all that. You get what I'm saying? So it's a little different. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Anyway, we're drawing chiseled faces. Are you guys ready to draw some chiseled faces? You want to draw some chiseled faces? Okay. Now, let me see here. Uh, chiseled faces. So what kind of notes do we have here? All right, chiseled faces. Practice chiseled faces, and then we have how we're going to do that, okay? So let me show you how to do a chiseled face. You ready? Okay, first things first. Okay. Um, let me go like this. You know what? Let me see here. You know what I got? Bam! I'm gonna tell you what I'm gonna break out. Can you guys give me a moment? I'm gonna break it out. Hold on. I've been having this in here for the longest, and I never use it. So you know what I mean. Hold on a second, guys. Give me just a minute here. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. This is my I'll show it to you. Okay, so it's like a let me see if I can get this all in the camera. But what it is, it's a my mom bought this for me a long time ago. She actually, you know, yeah, she bought this for me, and what it has in here, let me show you. I'm gonna break it. I'm gonna bring it up some so you guys can see. Then I'll just re-put it back in here. Hold on. So this is like my little. It has like little paints in there, right? And then these, I think these come up. So they have like underneath here, you have like your little markers like underneath this. So it's got like maybe 50 marker colors down there, and then it's got paint over here, and then underneath the paints on this side, you got all your brushes, right? And I even have some. Wow, I didn't even know I had these. I wonder how good these work. I'm gonna start using this. This is an awesome. Let me put this on the floor right next to me, right? Yeah, it has a bit. It has a bit of everything. It's pretty big. It's about, if you look at it, it folds out about like yay big here. You know what I'm saying? And it has all of that, all the stuff kind of inside of there like that. So it's a pretty good little case right there, right? Good little art flow right there. Okay, let me put this down here. Oh, man. Okay, hold on. Whew. Okay, yeah, I got a bit of everything. So I got some colors down here, and I was thinking I could use those. I could use those when I do these here. So we're going into the chiseled faces. Let me just move this back. Hey guys, let me ask a question. Can y'all, if I'm right here, can you see this still pretty clearly? Like, do you understand what I mean? Can you? Here, let me show you. Like, does this look like clear, or was the version of it closer to the camera easier for you to follow? Or is the camera got a pretty good bead on that right there? WH. It's all good like this? Okay, cool, cool. That's good. This way I don't have to be so close to the, because I don't want the camera to be so close. I can't operate when the camera is so close to the paper like that. Okay, so hey, Austin, I didn't even see you're here. What's going on? Oh, I did see you here. I did say hello to you. Didn't I say hello? I said hello, Austin, right? All right, so here we go, guys. We got Supermans. This is what we're going to do. Okay, drawing chiseled faces. Okay, now Superman, right, is the key to drawing chiseled faces. If you guys can tell, I love to write. I love to write. Thanks, Debbie. I appreciate you. Okay, so Superman is the key. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to draw something here for you. Are you ready? Let's find it. Okay. All right. And then we have I think the S is red, but it doesn't matter. We'll just okay. So we're gonna draw this little S right first. Okay. Now what we're gonna do here. Oh, you love writing scripts. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, awesome. All right, now watch this. This is what we're gonna do. We're gonna do yeah, just drawing anything is cool to me. I could just be drawing whatever. I don't know. I just like to draw stuff, right? Okay, so let me see. So watch this. Now we're gonna just kind of spawn off of it. Okay, and we're gonna put the rule number one, right? Is this okay? To add to uh to chisel the face simply, right? We're going to simply add to add shapes to the Superman shape. Okay, so what does that make? Oh, you writing a book? What are you writing a book about? Just out of curiosity. Okay, so if this is the Superman shape, then we can add shapes to the face. You see? Look. You see? So what I did was I added, yeah, yeah, 9 minutes and 33 seconds. Yeah, I was like, wow, okay. So this is so we go here and here is what we added, and then we added this shape here. Okay, you get what I'm saying? So you see how we added to that shape, right? Oh man, that's awesome, Austin. I like to, man. Look, you gotta definitely let me. You gotta definitely let me check that out, man. Okay, does that make sense right there? Did that clear anything up for somebody? Did anybody? I just want to know. Every time when I come up with these things, I need your feedback because these are some of these things I'm doing. Even though I'll go into more depth and practice with my student, it's just so that they can understand. You know what I mean? What it is. Let me look here. So now what we're going to do is so to chisel the face, simply add shapes to the Superman shape. Okay. So we add shapes here. Okay. Um, let me see. And then this would be like my hair up here. Get what I'm saying? Right? Something like that. Okay. So over on the next page, what we'll do, let's put continued. Okay. We're going to go to, the most I drew was 6. I don't know how long it took you though. Oh, okay. Yeah, I actually just went through something like that because I use this technique right here, Indian Watts. I was checking this out. How you doing today, first of all? But I want to show you this. I had something called DNA of faces, right? Let me show you. Here, face DNA. So this is like, I'm doing great. So this is like how I draw multiple faces at one time. And so I go like with a little technique about like using DNA to almost strand the faces together. So it's like points that I look for within the face, something that I teach in my classes a lot because you're going to have to draw, you're going to be drawing a lot of people, kind of together and stuff. So that's going to be. Now I think that this is what we're going to do here. I think I'm going to finish up this one part right here. Then I'm going to do some. I'm going to take some requests. We're going to do some caricatures together because I feel like I'm done with what I was doing. So I tried to kill two birds with one stone by 1, 2, 3 here by doing this all together. So right here we're going to continue, okay, and we're going to make different faces. So I might do like this with the Superman sign, you know, or I could do like this and make it wider, right? Or I can do like this and make it skinnier, right? Or I could do, let me see. Like this. Okay. So what I do is I just add shapes. So here we're gonna okay. So let's see if we add shapes to Superman. Okay. So we're gonna go like this right here. Okay. And so let's say we use this one right here. I could do a shape like this. You see? This is the shape. This becomes part of the face. So the ear shape kind of comes out here, and then you can see, let's just say we're trying to keep it like a Superman. What I try to do is balance the head back out with the shape, the ultimate shape that I'm making. You see? So a lot of people have chiseled faces, right? And you can make them out of these. This one right here, you'll just add that triangle right there. See? And then you got your ear shapes up here. So this shape is very good for doing multiple types of faces if you can grasp how to use it. You get what I mean? You see here, we got a guy. It's a really kind of tall guy right here. A year ago, how about that, man, Indian Watts? A year ago, got one of my students here a year ago. He started doing learning caricature, took a couple of classes with me, and now he's literally doing this for a living. Like, I mean, he's doing it and making money doing it, and that's an awesome thing. I appreciate you sharing that. That's a good testimony right there. Thank you, Indian Watts. Thank you. Okay. All right, now we're gonna go over here. We'll just do another little shape here. Maybe the shape is not so chiseled, right? Maybe it's more like this, right? And let's just give Superman some different here. Maybe if a maybe if Superman was a brother, he had some curls right there, right? His curl would be curly, like he had some curl here, right? Okay. Let me see here, and then we got. Let me see. Then we can do this one here. Okay, and then what if Superman was a Marine Corps guy? He's a Superman. He was a Superman in the Marine Corps, right? You see? Okay. Okay. You see? So we got a whole bunch of different shapes there, right there. Hey, thank you, thank you. I appreciate your Indian watch for your. Thank you. Oh, really? Thank you, Austin. Man, I got a lot of testimony here today. Thank you, man. You know, if you guys don't mind, to what I'm putting together, making a small advertisement for our classes, and so I was asking some of my students or those that have learned from our channel to make like a little, maybe a testimonial, put or something like that, and then whether it could just be like your name, not maybe like your like just type something and say, hey man, this is my experience with that class or whatever. Or if you want to just do like a small like video for me, that'll be awesome. Like a really short video. Just say, hey man, I learned this. It was a great class, whatever. And if you guys could, and then DM it to me, that'd be super awesome. You could send it to me by it would be, make it short, and preferably I think you could send it on TikTok. But if not, I'm sure you can send it through Facebook or one of those. Just send it to me. I really appreciate that. Hey, thank you, Sudsy. And so, yeah, if you could do like maybe a little video or something, just real quick. You know what I'm saying? I just need about 4 or 5 of them for my little commercial I'm making. So I appreciate that. And testimonials always work. Let me see here. So let me see. So you can see here, I'm just going to put where I added the shapes, okay? Just like this. Okay. And then what other color could we? I guess maybe I should do the Superman yellow. You know what I'm saying? Right here. Okay. So you can see the Superman shape is yellow. And then we can just do this here. See? Something like that, right? Okay, so you got all your little pieces here, and then the neck shape. I guess I could. Let me see. I guess I could make that maybe like a. I don't know. Maybe we'll just keep it bright colored. There we go. Something like that. Hey. Okay. Yeah, I'll let you. I'm gonna let you guys meet my boys here real quick before I get, because I'm gonna start doing some more drawings and then. Come here, son. Go, Evan. Come here. These are my. Here we're gonna say hi. Okay, so these are my boy. Come here, son. Wait, wait. Let me get my head off here. All right. So you got to say hello. Say hi. Hey, don't touch nothing though. Okay. And we're drawing. No, we can't draw yet because he wants to. He sees these pencils, and he wants to draw something. Right? Okay. What? You want to draw? Wait. Okay. Wait. Here. Here. Don't wait. Let me get this book out of the way. Wait. Wait. Just so you don't get no ideas. Here. Draw something. All right. Draw daddy. You got to draw a picture of daddy. Okay. So that's one for you. Where you at, Ethan? Come over here. So we can get. Wait, we're gonna let you draw right. We're gonna let you. You're gonna stand right here. They can see you right here. Just stand right here. Move that book out the way. Put that book over there. Just push it over there. No, no, with your hand. Not with your foot, buddy. There you go. Now you come over here. Oh, oh, oh. Okay. Well, I can't get up higher than this. I don't know. Ah. All right. So here you go. You drew that. All right. Now wait. Now it's Ethan's turn. Okay. So let's see what Ethan. What is that right there? All right. Hold on. Now you going, Ethan? You got to draw something right here. Come on, son. What you got? You taking too long. Draw something. Wait, Evan. Wait, wait, wait. So Evan, Ethan gonna draw, then Evan. Okay. Let me see. Okay. Okay. Oh. Oh. Caricature faces 101. And no drawing on the walls. Say hello, Sudsy. Say hi, Sudsy. Sudsy. Here we sit there. Say hi, Sudsy. Sudsy. All right. Huh? All right, so you want to draw something now. Here, you draw. That's Evan's turn. What you going to draw, Evan? Put the top on it, Ethan. Put the top. And then we're going to, so after this one, I'm going to let you guys go back to the sala, okay? Because Daddy got to finish up his stream. Okay, that is super deep right there, Evan. I don't know what that is, but it's a lot going on. I feel the depth in that drawing. There's depth in that drawing. Say depth. Depth. Okay. All right. So here we go, fellas. All right. That's a good drawing. Where's the top at? Let me see. Thank you. Let go. I know. We're going to let you draw it in a minute. We got to, you already, I know, but I got to finish this live stream. So you got to. Huh? The what? Wait. He just took the whole, okay. All right. So here we go, buddy. Get down here because he's going to follow you. So when you go back out there, we're going to finish the stream up there. Oh, he moved the camera. Hold on, guys. Okay, wait. There we go.
Look on the brown.
Okay, thank you.
Look on the brown. Look
All right.
on the brown right
Gotcha.
there. Look right there.
Thank
Look
you.
right
You
there.
guys are awesome. Great show. You guys should come back again sometime.
Looking on the brown.
Get out. All right, now hold on a second, guys. Let me fix this up here. What is going on here? Okay, there we go. Sorry about that, guys. Hold on. Chipper G, how long was it until you did your first live drawing and where? My first live drawing. Okay. Let let me finish this one. Let me get back to my page, and then we. I think we finished with this one. We said we're going to draw some caricatures now. Okay, so drawing chiseled faces. So that the answer to that question. Let me move this over here. Is it was in San Antonio, Texas. That's where I drew for the. Let me pull up this guy here. Charlie Bushnell. Let me see if I can find him. San Antonio, Texas. I was, and when did I start? I'm gonna tell you what happened. I went to San Antonio one day, and I was at the Alamo, and I didn't have a job at that time. I was transitioning from a very trying to say the least part of my life, and now I'm in today, right? But anyway, um, I saw a guy doing caricatures at across from the Alamo at a place called Waxy O'Connor's. It was an Irish pub, and so I just watched him and I got inspired by it, and then I literally went home and the next day I tried it. I knew how to draw a portrait, didn't know anything about caricatures, but I needed money and I was desperate. You know what I mean? And so I had some. It's either it was kind of a do or die situation. That's how I winded up doing all of this. All of this came as a result of necessity. Not and it's crazy because let me see it's because it almost feels like where I was in my I spoke this almost like I kept speaking this into existence. It was a crazy thing. You know what I mean? But you're not going to know everything about caricature before you start getting into it. If you wait till you know every single thing about caricature, then you'll never be a caricature artist. You'll never be like anything. Period. You know what I'm saying? Because everything you're not gonna something most things in life you get into it, you'll have a surface level understanding of it, and then you learn more. You know what I mean? Even doctors go to continuing education because they're learning every day or every time they open up someone's body and go in there and mess with the heart, they learn something different. Or when they're reading or when they're researching. So I'm learning. You have to take off with a realistic expectation. Don't place expectations on yourself that are unrealistic. You're going to get disappointed. You know what I mean? You're not a that's just the way that's just the way it goes. Let me see here. I'm a great, but this is just completely different. Oh, okay. Yeah, and then just it's not if you think about it in theory, if you're a cartoonist, these are the concepts that I'm going to tell you what happens with drawing. A lot of the times we skip over the fundamentals of drawing, and so and it's always going to be something that's super small and fundamental that's going to blow your mind when you get trust me when you get older you're going to start saying stuff that when you were young that the older people used to say or your mama used to say or something that's in the script, some very small thing that's going to make such a huge impact. And this is just how art is. You're going to learn some things that makes huge impacts on your drawing. I learned something. I think about 3, 4, maybe a month ago. Right before I was drawing at a trade show, and I actually learned this from a young man that came to the stream one day. No, I read it in a book. That wasn't a young man. It was in a book. And I just was reading something one day, and I said, "Man!" And I started reading it, and it was talking about like uh, eye shapes and confidence, and you're drawing your eye shape, and then something that it told me that cartoonists did, and I never thought about that before. You know what I'm saying? So I tried it. Okay, cool. I'd like to take a look at you. If you'd send the link to me or DM the link or whatever, and I'll go ahead and look at it. Yeah, for sure. I definitely. Sudsy, thank you. I'll definitely check that out. Okay, so now, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and do some caricature drawing here. So we're gonna do about, I'd say 3 caricatures, and then it's 11:21. I've been here about, so then we're gonna get into our word of the day. Man, time sure flies when you start talking and running your mouth. Okay. Let me see. So this, who am I looking for here? I'm looking for Charlie Bushnell. Charli. Okay, cool. Okay. So this is his face right here. Okay. Now, if you really look at his face, guys, look at that. You see what I'm saying? This is already his face. Like, just I mean, I'm gonna draw it for you, but if you look here, watch this. I'm gonna start from the hairline and work out. I'm gonna do it real simple. We got a low haircut, a low a low hairdo. Okay, and then what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna look for my head shape like this. So round. Then I'm gonna go to the top and then down the side, and then I'm gonna come back down in here. A lot of the times with this drawing, you got to go off what you know and not what exactly what you're seeing. It's a okay. It's a very straightforward process. Okay. In other words, it keep all your shapes simple. Keep all your shapes simple. Okay. Yeah. Do you see it? Okay. So this is that shape to me. You know what I mean? When if I'm like I got a little piece of paper right here. I might be like, okay, okay, right? Now watch. You see? Now watch. Okay, that's that. You see? So it's really the same concept. Let me see here. Hold on one sec, guys. Okay, I think I have a habit of drawing the picture more alike rather than letting loose. Yes, yes, and that's a problem. That's going to be. Listen, um, Mike Tyson said it best. Everybody has a plan till they get hit, right? It's easy. One thing I've noticed on YouTube, I've been watching this a lot lately on YouTube or Facebook or Instagram. Or they have these shorts with a lot of self-defense on there. Do this if somebody does that. Do this, right? And I'm like, okay, that's great that you know how to do that. That you learned that, but then there's the mental aspect, and that's all. Every battle, every single battle you'll ever face in life, the hardest part of the battle is always here. It's never here. This is not the hard thing. This is just an instrument. It just does it just it does whatever you command them to do. Slap somebody. You get what I'm saying? Don't slap nobody. You know what I'm saying? Don't slap nobody. Don't slap people. But you get what I'm saying? These are just tools. But the command center is up here. This is the command center. So that that lag between knowing what to do and then execution, there's a space like there is between my fingers, my thumb, my fingers. So when there's a space there, it's going to be like, oh, anybody here ever edited a film before? Yeah, I'm sure somebody's edited a film. Well, you got your film playing, then you cut a piece out, and then you have a separation in between it, and then it starts again on this piece of film, right? Well, what happens is this part becomes a blank. So it goes action, action, blank. Okay, that gap right there gives you a chance to second guess what you're seeing on the other side of that film. You get what you're going to see or what you're going to do, right? But when you close the guess like this and you connect the brain and the tool together, this is what they call the zone in basketball or drawing or anything like that. It's called the zone. It's being able to do something without thought. And we do it every day. Just think about this. This is how we're built. And I'm going to get into this subject a little later on. We'll talk more about it. But this is just how our bodies are wired. Our, bo- um, our bodies are wired, right, just to. This is how we experience the world. Does that make sense? Right? When we if we do something, but we say this is what we're going to do, then we make a gap. We cut the two segments of film in half, so we got the beginning of the film and the end of the film, but we don't have a middle of the film. You get what I'm saying? So, and in the middle is where we start to worry all the time. It's never at the end or the beginning, right? It's always, we start worrying in the middle somewhere. You get what I mean? Yeah. So that's the same thing. So did I draw this sufficiently for you? I'll go ahead and add a little shadow to it, right? Watch this. You can do this. Right? You know what I'm saying? And then come here. Okay? And then we'll do a little bit. Now we got a lot. You see what I'm saying? Now look how, just that little bit. Now we come back here. I might add some, I might add a little shadow on the outside. Now it looks like he's up against a wall. You know what I'm saying? Just like that. You know what I'm saying? You can do some hair in there, whatever you want. Just let it go. Let it happen. I'm not thinking about any of this. I'm thinking, well, you know what I'm thinking about here? What I'm thinking about here is spacing. I'm leading your eyes, and I'll get into all again that stuff that you learn in the class, but we'll check it out. Let's see here. So I'm gonna go. I'm gonna do. We got three drawings to do. So I'm gonna do one more. I guess you said we have for your sister, and then I'll let somebody else. Then I'll let somebody else make a request. Okay. All right. So Donald Finn. Donald Finn. Who is that? I don't know. Let me see. This guy. All right, here goes the picture right here. And after we got one more, then we're gonna go into our word of the day. Okay. We got a good word of the day, guys. So stick around, stay tuned on your Tuesday. It's probably about lunchtime for some of you guys anyway. So okay. So this is what we're going to do here. Let me, which reminds me, nobody let me forget to go to Walmart today. I need to go to Walmart. Okay, so we'll just do it right here. Just right here. We'll make a small one. Okay, so here we go. All right. So how would I start this way? Well, first thing that I'll do, I'll start with that. I think he has an M. No, he doesn't. He has this. I'm gonna do this. Watch. Okay, and then I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do this here. Then I'm gonna do this. And then I'm gonna do something like this. And I'm gonna do something like this. Then I'm gonna do something like this here. Then I'm gonna do something like this here. Okay. Now I'm gonna draw my sideburns here. I'm gonna add a little bit more hair out here. But let's just draw my sideburns. My ears. My neck shape. Eyebrows. Turn up the intensity just a bit. My eye shapes here. I'm gonna go with a bell shape here. Bell. Okay. Okay. Oh, General Hospital. Laura Wright of General Hospital. Carly. Got you, Debbie. Okay. Almost there, guys. Just give me a moment here. Okay. There we go. Oh, you gotta go. All right, out of here, Austin. See you later now. Glad you guys enjoyed. Okay. Do this top lip here. Okay, then I got that one drawing left, and then we're done, guys. We're gonna go ahead and get our word of the day. I know some of you are here. Full word of the day, right? And there you have it, right there. I think I did a. Hopefully, that's an acceptable job for you, right there, right? Do this little shape here. Let's do something real cool. Okay. Okay. There you go, guys. So, big head, little body, right? Thank you so much, Austin. I appreciate you. Okay, and the last one we're going to do for Debbie. Debbie asked me to draw Laura Wright from General Hospital. Carly. Man, I have you know what? In General Hospital. Oh, okay. She kind of reminds me. Okay, let me see. Let me see. Wait. I think this is a good one. That's a good one. This is a nice one. All of these are nice ones. Let's try this one, I guess. All right. I think we can fit this one on the same page here, so we'll just try it like right here. Okay. All right. Let me see here. So what kind of shape would I have here? I'd say something definitely round. She has a round forehead to me. So she has a round slash. So I would do something like this on one side, but then I'd be round on the other. So this would be the part going out. So what I would do here then is come down like this and add a neck shape here. Put some little earrings on her. Okay, it's a little earring shape. And then we're gonna kind of follow our shape around here like a little, like a little heart. And then we'll come over here like a little heart. So my overall shape is the shape. I try to follow the shape of the head with the hair. Okay. See you later there, Sudsy. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. And I like I said, I'm gonna be done after this one. After this drawing here, we're gonna do our word of the day. Okay. Well, we're just about done here, guys. Okay. And then we just add some dimples here. Shadow in our drawing. And it didn't take but just a few seconds there. Okay. Eh, something like that, right? And so you guys can get a good close look in on it. Let me see. Why is this thing? Oh, okay. You know what it is? It's, oh, I get it. It's doing like this. All right, hold on. Oh, what you got, guys? All right, there we go. Cool. All right, there we go. Okay, so there we go, guys. So we're gonna go ahead real quick here. Let me go ahead and pause this the music here. Okay, let's go here, and then we're gonna go ahead here, guys. And we're gonna go into our word of the day, and then after that we'll go ahead, guys, and we'll go ahead and close out our live stream. Okay, so just you guys give me a minute here. Let me just get my markers out the way. Let me get my Bible out here, right? And then we're gonna go ahead and get my thing here, my phone. Okay, and we're gonna dive in. We're gonna dive into our word of the day. Okay, so just give me a minute here. Okay. All right. So, guys, we are at the end of our live stream. Okay. And so we are going to be talking about our word of the day. Funny enough, I put that little card right here, and I think that this is something that I definitely been working on for myself. God has been taking me on this journey as a man. No matter how I'm a walking, living testimony that no matter how long you've been on this earth, you can still learn to live, and you can live in a different way. You can live in a powerful way. You can discover things about yourself that you never thought were possible. You're riding around in an awesome piece of machinery, your body, your temple God gave you, and it's so sometimes disheartening to to see when potential is wasted in a human being. A human being has so much potential, but for the enemy to have lied to them to a point to where they have convinced them that they are no good to this world anymore. They're no good to themselves anymore, and it's a horrible place to be. But today's word of the day is going to be something that I feel like I personally struggle with from time to time because of it's a lot of factors. Obviously, you know how you were brought up will play a key part in how you play a part in how you process the world as an adult. However, and I'm saying however, you cannot use that as a authorization to never change just because you went through hard times as a child or because you didn't have a good relationship with your mother or your father or some things that you've been through that God, I don't know what you've been through, but it doesn't matter about the what that you've been through. What matters is that you do something and stay consistent to move out of that space that you were in, and in the same time don't allow that thing to keep you bound in thought to that situation. So some of us had something that happened to us 10 years ago, but our every thought of today is still 10 years ago, 20 years ago, 30 years ago, and we use it to say that that incident was so horrific we can never move on. But when we start to understand that God brought us here for a purpose, and that the things that we use in this life, every pen, in other words, in my hand right now, is going to be when I is going to be used one day by the little hands that I just showed you here, my sons or somebody else. They might get thrown in the trash and some or thrown or given away to a goodwill because the Bible says that every man owes a death, right? I cannot then if it's not unfair if I tell you in the beginning that you have a purpose and that you need to go here, you need to get what you need to get, do who you need to do, speak to who you need to speak to, be there for who you need to be for. But the physical, but at the end of the day, don't get attached to no person, no place, or no thing, because I am a jealous God and place no other God before me. I'm not here. This is not when I tell you that life is not what I thought it was. I understand I was not placed here to have fun. And for some reason, when I was a kid, I could not get the word fun out of my head. I wanted fun. And some adults are walking around with fun on their mind all day long. And as soon as something isn't fun, right, then they don't like that. Where the fun comes in, let me tell you, there's fun in life. There is joy in life. But there's only one joy. And that's the joy of knowing that you're doing it for the Lord and that He has the final say so, and that He is the author and the finisher of your faith, and that He is the creator of all things, and that He knows all things, and that He can do all things, right? Everything else, when you really, really wrap your mind around that, why do we keep wanting to jump off the ship where we have everything and go to the ship where we have nothing? That's thought provoking. So let's read our word of the day today. Okay? And today, again, stay in today. Okay? So it says here there's a danger in living in tomorrow. There's a danger in living in tomorrow. When you decide that you want to live in tomorrow, it is you go to a place where you can't control. You're looking and seeking to take control of something that's going to overpower you. You can't fathom tomorrow because tomorrow doesn't even exist. Tomorrow, actually, today does not exist. So there's a danger in living in tomorrow. Not planning. Planning has its place. Now, I'm not saying that you should never plan anything, but merely or mentally living in that situation is not okay. When your mind lives in tomorrow, you start missing the only place where life actually happens, and that is right now. A lot of us, they say, do this or we do this without realizing it. Like we're always thinking about the next event, the next bill, the next goal, thinking about the next stage of life, right? But when you get older, those thoughts kind of almost slow down. I'm talking to everybody here, but really youngsters, take heed, man. Take heed. If you want to look old before your time, then take off and do however you want to do it. If you want to perish before your time, take off and do whatever you want. You know what I'm saying? If you don't want to live life to the true fullest, then take off and just have no and go to tomorrow. Every day when you wake up, think about the hustle of tomorrow. Think about how much you're not gonna have. Think about what your dreams of Hollywood and all this stuff, and preferably do it while you're maybe at a Thanksgiving dinner or Christmas dinner, or maybe you're just having lunch with your uncle, or maybe you're just hanging out with your girlfriend. But you see, when you think about those things, when you in those situations, you literally the situation itself becomes meaningless because your mind is somewhere else. So many parents raise children they can't understand. My child would never do this. I raised you better than that. No, you didn't. You was just there. You was just there in body. You thought because you provide dad, or you give them this, or you make them not have what you didn't have when you was a kid, right? And you didn't start at the beginning. If you're gonna give them what you didn't have as a kid, obviously they didn't. What you need to go before the physical stuff. The reason that you're doing this to them as an adult is because as a kid nobody taught you, right? What you didn't have as a kid was perspective of what's important. So if you want to give your kid what you didn't have as a child, you might want to give them the right perspective about life because things don't make people happy. We do this without realizing it. Again, thinking about the next event that we're going to go to. Our bill, I got a bill due next week. We we 2 weeks out from the bill, and we're worried for 2 whole weeks, right? And then you ever notice this that the thing that you're most afraid of never even happens to you, or what happens is you start thinking about it so much that you literally set yourself up for that to happen to yourself, and then claim that you're a philosopher. I'm gonna go in here and no one's gonna like me. And then you go in there and you act like a fool, and then nobody don't like you, and then you walk back out the room and say, "I told you so. I had discernment. I know people. I'm so wise." And before you know it, today is gone. Today is gone. You spent so much time worried about tomorrow. You spent so much time in yesterday that you wake up and it's now, today is gone. So I want to go do some things that's going to give us some practical, or talk about some things that's going to. I hope this will make you think, young and old, about living in tomorrow and not staying in today. I'm gonna show you some things, three things that does to you, in hopes that this will keep you from going in that direction. There's a there I remember, first of all, living in tomorrow steals today. Living in the next moment steals from today. When at all possible, refrain from going into doors, or or asking questions you really don't want the answer to. In that regard, I remember a movie that I saw, and I think the best analogy of this one, living in tomorrow steals today. I don't know if you guys have ever seen the movie Click with Adam Sandler. And in this movie, where his character keeps like fast forwarding through life, he gets a magic remote, and he keeps fast forwarding. He finds out that this remote can fast forward through things. It can skip through stress. It can skip through waiting. It can skip through discomfort. Right, all the things that make you grow. He just fast forwarded through it. Challenges, adversities, losing people. Right, death, all these things change who you are. You ain't If you young, you ain't even seen nothing. Yeah, some of you have seen some things, but you, boy, listen here, it gets much more interesting. I don't know if you've ever experienced the pain of losing a mother, or a friend, or a father, or an aunt, or an uncle that you really cared about, or seeing someone perish in a horrific way that was attached to you. I don't know if you've ever been addicted to drugs or beat up really badly, or maybe one of your friends were hurt, or your family was hurt, or you experienced home invasion and somebody came in the middle of the night. Have you? And you're a father, and you walk, and everything goes to high. There's so many things in this life that can happen to you, right? You understand by thinking about all these things can make you lose your mind. I just told you some things. You sitting here saying, "Oh man, I would never do. Nobody better not never." Hey, look, you don't control nothing. They always say this. It ain't no fun when the rabbit got the gun, right? But when he happened, when in this movie I was explaining to you, when he skips through these moments that mattered the most in his life, right? His family, he skipped through that. There were situations in there where his wife and him had important conversations. She shared certain things. She shared her favorite color. She shared what makes her tick. She shared the deepest, most inner things. His kids shared those things. They were doing the things in front of him. They were trying to get his attention, but he ignored his kids growing up. He ignored his family growing up. And every day, right, he ignored everything that, and every day, life, things basically he could never get back. He just ignored, right? And that's what we constantly do when we live in tomorrow. We fast forward through like conversations that are important. We fast forward through time with our kids, quiet moments. Now, when I wake up in the morning, I go outside with my coffee. First thing I used to do was come in my office and be like, okay, and I got a schedule on the wall, and I got a book I got to read, and I got a thing I got to do, and I got a class I got to prepare for, and I got this, and I got all these things I got to do, and I'm sitting here, and then I would tell you what we'd do. I would be doing it, and I get so engrossed in my work. Then my wife come out the room. I'm so engrossed in my kids. Daddy, hey, hey. Now I don't even recognize them. I'm in the middle. I'm zoned out. I'm doing something right now. I ain't even had breakfast. I ain't even wiped my face good, but I'm in here doing this work. Skipping past the word of God. Skipping past and not saying, hey man, God, thank you. I woke up this morning. Or you know what? Let's go. Let me go outside in my backyard and just look at the skies. And man, the birds are saying, Harry. That's my name, Harry. Harry. That's what they chirping, right? And smell the air. Smell this coffee. Because nothing that you have to do is that important. This is for your own mental health. This is for your own spiritual health. We fast forward through those conversations and our kids in times that matter, and you may, you know, remember starting the trip, but then you might remember ending the trip. But everything that was in the middle of the trip, like your life. Listen, you remember you were born, you were a little kid, you know that. You know I died, right? But somewhere in the middle, right, when you get older, in the middle, when you lived your life completely like focused on tomorrow or yesterday, the whole middle of your life is something that you don't even remember. One thing I hate about my not my child but my young years when I was 18, 17, you know what I'm saying, 21, 20, those years where I was young, one thing I didn't value crap. Yeah, I didn't value anything. Excuse me. Yeah, I didn't value anything. I didn't take pictures. I look back at my wife's family sometime. She used to take me through her photo albums. She'll take me to the college and her college graduation, times with her friends. They were in the mountains. They were at this place. They were at that place. And just genuine fun and people. She was able to take me through her life. And I was like, my, what a awesome life. You know what I mean? But I couldn't relate because I didn't even have a picture from when I don't own a picture of when I was 20 years old. I have no idea what I looked like then. I have no idea what I had friends and times that I had with them, but I can't remember because I just fast forwarded through because my life I was so scared of tomorrow. I never thought about tomorrow. I always thought about tomorrow and I always thought about yesterday. I had this bad habit of crucifying my mother because of things that problems we had from when we were young with her. But I crucified my mother and I kept talking about that and thinking about that and being about that and da 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 until it was just driving me insane. And then I'm thinking about the future. What's going to happen here? Who am I going to have this? And is everybody going to like me? Is everybody going to like me? Am I ever going to be famous? I had all these things that have nothing to do with anything on both sides of me. And in the middle of my life, I was just stuck there. So the second point here. Oh, sorry, guys. Hopefully, we're still here. Is that scripture says, there's point two, the second reason, or the second thing that we can do here and what it does, living in tomorrow does to us. Scripture says that grace is for today. And my pastor said this in church yesterday. This is a huge part of the reason why I'm even talking about this today. Is that it says grace is for today. Look at what Jesus says in the Gospel of Matthew in 6:34. Matthew 6:34. So we can go there if you want to. Matthew 6:34. It says here, do not worry about tomorrow, for tomorrow will worry about itself. Each day has enough trouble of its own. You don't have the bandwidth to deal with what's going on today and what's going on tomorrow. You don't have that kind of processing power. Right? But the thing is that God never promised grace for tomorrow. Grace meaning that, okay, look, you can go through something today and God can be right on time and deliver you from that thing. He can help you see through something mentally. In other words, giving out grace, giving out grace, giving out grace. Even though you made a mistake, I'm going to give you grace today. I'm going to let you make it today. I'm going to forgive you. You are forgiven for that today. Today is the day that you can change your heart. Today is the day you can change your mind. Today is the day you can say, I'm not going backwards or forwards no more. The only day you can make that decision is right now. You can't make that decision tomorrow because you know if you're going to be here. And you can't make it yesterday because yesterday is already gone. I'm just trying to tell you to stay in today. He gives you grace for today. Yesterday is gone. Tomorrow not here yet. Today, that's where God meets us. So, in this last one, I want you to write down these 3 practical ways to stay present. So we're going to write these down, and this is for all of us. Number one thing that we can do to stay present. One is slow down your moments. Slow down your moments. When you're with your kids, when you're with your wife, when you're drawing, be there. Be there. Don't just have your body there, have your mind there at the same time. Be there when you're doing those things. Put the phone down and notice what is happening. The reason that you're depressed is because the phone makes you worry about tomorrow and yesterday. Listen, the phone make you worry about tomorrow and yesterday. The life that you don't have tomorrow, you need to stress about how to get there fast. And you're fooling yourself because the devil's a father, like he said, of lies. And what does he tell you? He tells you that someone's highlight reel on TikTok is their actual life. And so you're following something that ain't even real, right? You putting an unrealistic goal in your tomorrow. So you're looking at tomorrow, trying to get something out of tomorrow that's actually a lie. You know what? Because tomorrow, right, God's plan to take you for ice cream. There was no diversion for you to go to the way you thought you were going to go. Stay out of tomorrow. Stay into today. So slow down those moments with the kids. I'm going to slow down the moments with my wife. I'm going to slow down the moments when I'm drawing. That's why I draw so slowly. When I drew slowly, you know what happens? When you draw slowly, you ready? This is what happens when you draw slowly. You notice every shape and remember every shape that you drew. But if you're drawing and you're thinking about tomorrow, you'll say stuff like, I can't draw from my mind. You know why? You can't draw from your mind because there ain't nothing in there. Because you putting things in there that don't have nothing to do with today. You're thinking about tomorrow. Trust me. You're thinking about yesterday, you're thinking about tomorrow. You ain't thinking about right now. Stay today. Notice what's happening today. That's the first thing. The second thing that you can do. So first thing, put that phone down. Stay in the moment. If you at lunch with your friend, your colleague, you at lunch with your colleague. And I want you to say this to yourself every time you go somewhere. Listen, every time you go somewhere, when you leave your house, right? Say this to yourself, okay? And it'll help you, right? I don't know. Listen, say it like that. I don't know whether I'm coming back or not. I don't know if I'm. This is the last place I'm ever going to be at. Like you could be with your friend. Think about it like this: airplane crash. I'm not with any of my family. I'm by myself taking a flight somewhere. All of a sudden, the plane. This is your captain speaking. Everybody say your prayers because I don't think I'm gonna be able to land this one. Okay, this is where we're at. Imagine side to side. Hello, Joe. How are you? Where are you from? I'm Harry. You know what I mean? Hey, man, let me. You get what I'm saying? This man next to me became my family instantly. When you live in today, Joe is now my family. Excuse me, Brenda. Okay, so Brenda and Joe, we know that we're going to meet our demise together right now in this place. It's possible. It's going to go down right now. If you think along these lines, right? Not in an unhealthy way, but in a pot. Hey, look, I don't know if I'm going to make it out of this situation alive. So, if this is going to be your last situation, you might as well enjoy it. Live like you're dying. Live like there's no tomorrow. There is no tomorrow. Love today. The second thing is catch yourself drifting. If your mind jumps ahead, what about next week? What about later? As soon as your mind says something like that, immediately attack that thought and literally tell yourself, stay in today. Stay in today. Get out of tomorrow. Stay in today. And the last thing is here we can do to help ourselves stay in the moment is to anchor your day in gratitude. Anchor your day in gratitude. In the morning and several times throughout the day. Stop what you're doing. Stop working. Stop eating. Stop talking. Stop all of that. Take a few seconds and name what's in front of you. I did this. I told my cousin I did this yesterday. I said every time I do it, if I'm in a car, I turn it down. I don't listen to music as much in my car because it makes me not pay attention to where I'm going. And music makes you lose yourself in time. You know what I mean? Reminisce about yesterday and think about tomorrow. Sometimes it's good for in the moment, but it does have a tendency to make you drift. But as I was going there, I made it a purpose to read the signs, to look at the drivers in different cars, to look at the color of cars, to look at the shapes of buildings. This is why you can't draw from your mind because you don't stay in today. You don't pay attention enough to today to learn that this shape is all over the place and you just never saw it. That's what happens to me now that I'm studying drawing and that I'm present in my drawing. I start seeing that I started seeing that faces are not that much different from each other. After I looked at so many faces and intently studied them and was present, I just saw what other artists don't see their whole life. They can draw some stuff, but they'll never be able to experience art like I experienced it because it was never about my tomorrow. Some people are just drawing because they want a tomorrow. They want to be financially wealthy tomorrow or whatever. I'm not drawing for that reason. I'm drawing because I truly believe that it's the ultimate expression of God. I believe that He's teaching me through this and He's allowing me to minister to other people with this gift. This is something that He just put in my tool bag for me to be able to use to do ministry, to do what I do. And He says, if I work, I will eat. He'll make sure that I'm taken care of. He clothes the birds and the trees and everything else. Why would He do that for them and not care about me? No more worrying. I'm staying in today. So take a few seconds and name what's in front of you. Today, I want you to say, I'm alive. I want you to say, my family is here. And I want you to say, I have today. Let's say it again. Say, I'm alive. I'm alive. I'm alive. I'm alive. Do you know that you could not be alive? My family is here. If you have a family around you, do you know that you could not have a family? Do you know that you could have not one person on this earth that cares about you? And then you can say, I have today. Say it with me. I have today. You have right now. That means that in today, you can make the only time you can make a declaration and change anything in your life is today. That's the only, that no other day holds that power. Only today. I had enough today. So in closing here, gratitude basically pulls your mind out of tomorrow and it roots it in the present. Interesting. So, in closing, it says here you don't need to fast forward your life. We don't need to be chasing tomorrow because the moments you're tempted to skip are the ones you wish you could go back to when you get older. So today, right now, stay in today. Whoa. Because the moments you're tempted to skip are the ones you wish you could go back to. I wish I could go back. I should have did this. I should have did that. I ain't got to say no more about that. Stay in today, guys. That's our word of the day. So I want to thank y'all for coming out to the live stream today. I certainly learned a lot in this live stream today. I'm telling you, the Holy Spirit spoke to me today. I'm going to be in today. I'm not going to do tomorrow. I'm not doing yesterday no more. In fact, I'm going to tell you what, I'm going to stop. I'm never, ever, 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 ever again after today's stream, I'm making a declaration today for myself. I'm never going to go back and talk about my mother again. Ever. Unless it's in a positive connotation. I'm never going to bring up a problem that we had. I'm never going to bring up anything because she's long gone. She's passed away. She is yesterday. But tomorrow, right? The only person in tomorrow is God's in tomorrow. I don't know if tomorrow's there, but I know today is today. And I can't go forward with today. I can't get what I need done today if I keep holding on till tomorrow, till yesterday, or if I'm thinking about what's going to happen in the next day. So my declaration today is not to ever go back and ever reference that ever again. For any reason, unless it's in a positive connotation. Awesome. What's your declaration for today? Don't forget to inbox me and let me know. If you need prayer today, I'd love to pray with you. I like to pray for you. I like to pray for your family. If you're going through something, anything like that, there's power in the word of prayer. When two or three are gathered in his name, there is power. So if you feel like you're struggling with something today, God's calling you today. He's asking you today to accept him, to believe his word as truth, to experience that relationship with him, to let him show you who you really are. He wants to pull you out of that dark space, bring you into light, and take away the worry and the anxiety and the pain. He wants that for you. So if you need that today, I'm willing to wait so I can pray for you. I'll wait. If anybody needs prayer, it's only 3 letters, YES. That's it. And I will pray for you because we're going to close out here. So just give me a moment. Let's just get a moment here. Okay. So if everybody's good, we're going to go ahead and pray out. So just thank you, God, for this moment right now. Thank you for right now. Thank you for right now. I can't thank you for tomorrow because tomorrow ain't here. You already showed me what you could do yesterday because I'm here right now. You brought me to today. I'm grateful for today. My prayer is that everybody that gets to see this video or hear this message, my prayer is that it sticks to them, that it moves them at the deepest parts of their spirit and awakens understanding and awakens realizations about life. And I pray that those realizations cause them to do a 180-degree turn and run the other way and run to you. I pray those realizations help them to learn to stay in the day that you have blessed them with. I don't just pray this for them, but I pray that that rubs from them onto their family and from them to their friends and from them to their schoolmates, and that the word of God will once again mean something. In Jesus' name, amen. Okay, so you guys have a good evening. Thank you so much for coming out. Let me just pause my music real quick here. I'm done. Do 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 do. Hold on, let's turn. Wait, where is that? Oh, wait a minute. I forgot I'm not on that no more. I'm on this one. Okay, so finally, guys, if you guys want to hear, I just want to give you our information about classes again before I go. So if you want to take a class, you can take a class. Check it out right here, Rowserworld.com. Patreon is our fan support page. So if you want to support our art classes in our ministry, that what we do here, this doesn't work without you. So we rely on you guys sowing seed, and we appreciate that. So if you guys want to check out our Patreon page, it does have some in-depth videos pertaining to drawing, pertaining to life, pertaining to family, pertaining to everything that God says is good. This is what I put on my Patreon. I don't put anything about who did what and what's happening then and there. I only put things that are going to uplift. So if you want to check that out, check it out. And then tips are awesome. Thank you. If you feel like you benefited from drawing with me and I taught you something today, thank you. I appreciate it. Okay. Thanks, Mike. You have a great evening. Hopefully we'll get to draw again together. Thank you, Mike. You have a good evening, man. Thank you. Y'all have a good one.